Hi and welcome to our channel. It's October and October is a super busy month for us. It's a super busy month for anyone actually who has a piece of land, I guess. The Portuguese have a saying and they say, in Outubro planta tudo, which means in October plant everything. So a lot of things have to happen in October. We've got to finish collecting our firewood for the winter. We have to prepare our beds for the winter months, and we also have to harvest a lot of our summer vegetables, because last year we made a huge mistake of waiting way too long. The frost hit and it ruined quite a few of our vegetables. We've been making our own fertilizer for our plants and we use comfrey. I love this plant. We only started growing it last year. I couldn't find comfrey seeds, so Luke had to order them from abroad. But once it took off, the first year was a little bit, but this is its second year and it was thriving, and I'm hoping to plant it everywhere, really. It's a really, really good plant to have in your garden. Apart from its high levels of calcium, it's high in three really important nutrients that plants really love, which is phosphorus, nitrogen and potassium. If you don't control it, it can take over a little bit, but it's so good for your garden. You can use it for many, many things, and for many, many plants. And it has big roots and they go deep and they get their nutrients from way down in the subsoil where the other plants don't even dare venture. It grows very, very fast. I took off most of its leaves just a month ago to make this comfrey tea, and it's already grown back. Down by our river, we've got stinging nettle growing everywhere throughout the months of June, July and August. And whenever I go there and I have gloves and I can pick them out, I'll get a garbage bag up and make this tea. It's amazing for the garden. So stay with me, so I will show you how easy it is to make your own fertilizer with comfrey and stinging nettle. First things first, you go and pick your comfrey or your stinging nettle. In my case, stinging nettle is slightly more adventurous than the comfrey. Comfrey grows in the garden and the stinging nettle grows down by the river. To get to the part where the stinging nettles are aplenty, you have to pass through bushes and brambles, so it's like a little adventure when I go and pick the stinging nettle. The nice thing about stinging nettle, which I really, really love, is that although you need to really glove up, I'm always very careful when picking them, but if sometimes I get touched by them, if you look around, there's always dock, which is this plant, and it always grows so close to the stinging nettle, and I think that's so nice that there's a plant that can relieve the itchiness that grows exactly next to the problem. And now the stinging nettle, we can make a few things with them. You can make stinging nettle tea or stinging nettle soup, or even Luke last year, he didn't do it this year, but he made stinging nettle pesto, which was delicious and it was a nice change. All you have to do is take the tops off, because only the small leaves are good for eating and the big harsh ones are good for making this tea. And the rest are going to go for my tea that I'm going to make for the garden. Now, stinging nettle is a great fertilizer, but it's also an insecticide, so you can spray it on your plants. And it's also a great compost activator, so it does a lot of great things and you can eat it. It's brilliant. Once I have my leaves, it's time to put them in a bucket and add water. What I do is I get the leaves and I break them up into little pieces, and then I bash them a little bit with a rock or a piece of wood, and then I put something heavy on top so they don't float to the top, and I fill it with water. Then it's all about waiting. It's all about waiting, but a helpful suggestion to you is that after a week or so, it starts smelling. So don't put it so close to where you're living or you spend a lot of time, because it will really annoy you. It can take over the whole place, the smell. So, and it's not a very nice smell either. Even though Molly loves it, she wants to rub her body in it. She's insane, but she loves these disgusting smells. I guess that's dogs for you. I just leave it there. I don't even touch it for around a month or a month and a half, and then it is ready to use. So what I do is I get a sieve or something so I can sieve out the leaves. Then I put them in the compost. I put a lot of the liquid in bottles. And then I have around a year to use them. I don't know what the expiry date is of it, but it's always gone by the time I need to make another batch anyway. In this case, I'm filling 3 bottles up, and the rest I'm just going to add water and just use it in the garden right now. I've read that you're supposed to mix it 1 to 10, but since I don't know how much water is supposed to be put in with how many leaves, I judge by the color. And normally when it looks like a wheat tea, then I stop mixing water with it and I start using it in the plant. I prefer putting more water than less, because that way I'm not going to harm the plants if it's way too many nutrients at one go. In just a few steps, you have an awesome tea for your garden and your plants. Pick it, put it in water, weight it down, wait for it for a month or so, sieve it, bottle it, and use it as you please. It's so nice to get stuff that's already growing on your land to improve your soil quality and your plants and your compost. It's just amazing. I love it, and it's just so simple. So if you like this and you learned something, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see what's coming in the future, eventually we're going to be getting a lot of animals and building enclosures. So come on with us on this journey. And if you want to see all this, you've got to subscribe. And you do have to hit that notification bell, because that's the only way you are going to get to see that we put on new content and you can watch it. So thanks for everything so far. Thanks for the support, and have a great day.